You are listening to the Chits and Giggles podcast.
Hello and welcome to another Chits and Giggles podcast. My name is Russell and today I have not one but two guests. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Oh, that was Ben and Dave. Dave, who last joined us on the Christmas podcast. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, memories, sweet memories, all those months ago.
Many
Yes.
moons.
When the wind was harsher and fiercer and the snow was
Back in
non-existent.
2015, when life was good and I had a prospective future, and now everything's looking grim.
Brilliant. Today we have a regular chit and a giggle, but we're doing something new. You might have already figured that out by the name of this podcast, but today we're doing something called Board Game Knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Board Game Knockout.
That's it.
Just
That
so
is it.
perfect.
I'm pumped
That's
now.
so perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
now imagine there's a graphic and then there's an explanation of how Board Game Knockout works.
Explosions.
Oh yeah, that just reminded me. We are doing something different with this episode as well as this new Board Game Knockout, as eloquently voiced by Dave over there. It's the first one that we'll be putting up on a video as well, so please do check that out. But anyway, back onto Board Game Knockout. This is a cool little idea that we came up with. Essentially, we are going to take a topic related to the world of board games. We are going to figure out the best one through a knockout style tournament. So in this one, Ben, what do we have?
We
What do we have in
have
this one?
game mechanics. So how this works is it's a knockout tournament. In each round, two mechanics are going to fight each other, and then the winner will go through to the next round. And after every mechanic has been in one battle, we'll move into the semi-finals, and then the four winners from the first four rounds will face off to qualify for the finals. But I have to. There are only 8, and there are more than 8 board game mechanics in the world. I've just picked 8.
The most popular ones, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it's just all the ones I like. Jenga's a mechanic, right, Russell? Jenga's
Roll
a
and
mechanic,
move,
yeah?
roll and move,
Wait a minute.
roll and move.
Okay, so are we ready?
Round 1.
Okay, round 1 is deck building. Ooh, heavyweight there. Against variable player powers. Okay, so just before we start, I'm just going to do a really quick rundown of the description of these in case people are wondering, what is this? So variable player powers is a mechanic that grants different abilities and or paths to victory to the players. So examples may be Cosmic Encounter, where everyone has a different power throughout the game. And deck building is a game where players start the game with a predetermined set of cards, and they add and change those pieces over the course of the game. So a very popular one would be a game like Dominion. So, let the battle begin.
All right.
Is anyone fighting in the corner for the poor little
Go on.
four games where you
Well,
get
the thing
player
is,
powers? Because I'm not in that corner.
Cosmic Encounter is a
That corner's
fantastic
looking very
game.
lonely.
yeah, Cosmic Encounter is my second favourite game of all time, and it is a variable player powers game. And I do love variable player powers.
Me too. I do like them actually. I'm gonna stick up for them. I don't understand. Is deck building such a great mechanic that you think is gonna just whitewash? I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, without doubt. I think my issue with it is, like, deck building games, like, that's the game. You know, the entire game is built around building that deck with a kind of different identity games. Yeah, it's there, but you don't need it. Like, Cosmic Encounter would still work.
You
if
couldn't
didn't
play
have...
Cosmic Encounter without that though.
Normally,
could.
variable player powers is something which spices up a game, but in the sense that deck building, like you're saying, perhaps deck building is a limited mechanic because deck building games, they are pretty similar, and it's not until
true.
recently that they've been fused with other mechanics like Push Your Luck in Flip City that they've become more interesting. But is deck building too limited? Are we going to see it run out of possibilities?
No, you think how many there are, and they're
I
all
think the problem is with
amazing.
variable playable powers is that people get them wrong so much. Like the game we played, Chaos Moz. You hated that, didn't you, Ben? And you said it was partly
Well,
because...
if they're not balanced, then yeah. And so sometimes there's a player power, and so with games like Cosmic Encounter, that does happen. But then the game is player balanced, so players are responsible for balancing the differences between player powers. But in games like Colt Express, where you've added in, which is funny because Colt Express has both deck building and variable player power mechanics in it.
It's kind of reverse deck building. It's deck destroying.
Well, no, yeah, because it's like adding in cursors to a Dominion deck or something. You're just adding in cards to slow it down. But it has elements of each. But in Cold Express, sometimes if you're the woman who can punch people and steal stuff, you're just like, you're going to win the game.
Not sure, because you can avoid that. Again, there's player balancing. Oh, never be in the same room as Cheyenne. Cheyenne, that's the lady's name.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
I thought it was Cayenne, like the pepper.
Nope.
No?
Sorry to ruin your dreams, Ben.
Yeah, I agree, though. I think having player powers and then being different gives an easy excuse for people to say, well, I lost because of that.
That's true. And at least deck builders, everything at the start of the game is equal. Everyone starts on the same footing.
It is.
True, but I think there's like quite a lot of luck involved in deck building, which you can also lose by.
More so in some than others, I suppose, in the way your cards are drawn, and also in the way what's available to you in some. But some mitigate that, some don't, I suppose. But, yeah.
How much
with
time
that,
have we got?
the round is over.
Oh, so now we have to vote.
Well, deck builder wins.
Okay, so Russell, what is your choice in this round?
I'm gonna vote because even though I like deck builders and Flip City is a really good game, one of my favorites, I still think my vote goes for variable player powers, because when they're done well, they're done very well.
David.
Outrageous. Well, I'm going deck builder all the way.
Deck builder, and I am also going deck builder.
I like like an underdog. I just like an underdog, guys.
I had to offset Russell's underdog love for logic.
Well,
the right choice has been made.
They call me Russell Devil's Advocate Chapman.
All right.
Do they also stutter throughout?
Cool. So that's round 1 over. Deck building progresses.
Round 2.
In round 2, we have co-op as a mechanic. And that is a mechanic according to the Board Game Geek. Cooperative play encourages or requires players to work together to beat the game. And alongside that, we have my favourite mechanic, Take That.
Take That. Oh, great. Not the band.
There's the two polar opposites. The nice happy game or the screw each other over game.
Yeah. So Take That includes maneuvers that directly attack an opposing player's strength level life points or do something else to impede their progress, while usually providing the main engine for player interaction in the game. Let the battle begin.
All right. Well, do you know what? I think this is going to be an easy decision.
Well, the thing is, I don't know, because I don't like either of these mechanics. And the reason is because I've only played a couple of games of co-op that I've enjoyed, and I've only played a couple of games of Take That I have enjoyed.
But
this
Pandemic
really
Legacy is the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, but by the same token, Cosmic Encounter does include Take That elements, and that game is amazing.
True, but I would say that has a lot more going for it than just Take That elements. That's a very small part of the game.
Russell, other than Jenga, just off the top of your head, name a really bad game.
Name a really bad game.
Yeah.
Monopoly.
Okay, let's roll and move. But do it again.
What, do you want me to pick a terrible Take That game?
Flux. Say Munchkin.
Munchkin.
Yes, Flux. Munchkin.
Oh.
The thing is, that's the thing with Take That. There's a lot of games which are really, really popular, and they're all Take That games. Because
they're really easy to learn.
And Exploding Kittens.
They're super easy to learn, and they kind of introduce that element of screwing over your friends, which people love. People love that, especially people new to board games.
It's a very accessible mechanic.
I like working together and achieving a goal collectively and patting each other on the back at the end of that. And just, walking out with those smiles on your faces and a spring in your step. Not leaving someone in tears.
Which is funny, because this goes back to the Christmas podcast where you were talking about Risk Legacy and how your family stopped talking to each other, and then you played Pandemic Legacy and you're all the best of friends again.
Exactly, and I think that's why I have to back.
Yeah, I think you're biased.
Co-op.
I think without co-op, you would be essentially a poor
But there are so
orphan
many
boy.
good co-op games out there. Dead of Winter... we have Battlestar Galactica, essentially, even though there's obviously other...
two semi-cooperative games. What about a purely cooperative game?
Like Pandemic.
I'm a big
I've already
fan
known
of Flashpoint. Big fan of Zombicide.
Hanabi.
Because if there can be storytelling in a way, I suppose.
I actually don't like Hanabi, but it's a good co-op
The thing
game.
is, Hanabi is one of the few co-op games I actually like.
Yeah.
Because it's purely
So there we
cooperative.
go.
There's no alpha playering in Take That. And
True.
also in Hanabi. And co-op, it just... Ugh.
I think though, all things considered, I think there are a lot more good games out there that are co-op than there are Take That style games. Even though Exploding Kittens obviously isn't that bad. We played it. We didn't think it was that bad.
What
but
Take That has done for the board gaming kind of community is it's made so many people play board games that otherwise wouldn't have.
True.
And with that, the round is over.
The same with Pandemic and Forbidden Island.
Dave, the round's over.
I don't know.
The round's over.
They both have gateways.
Stop talking.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm ready to vote. My vote.
Okay.
My vote is for
Russell.
co-op. Co-op all the way.
David.
Well, you know I am. For the sake of my family, I have to vote co-op.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, what were you going to vote?
You want to know what I was a vote for? I would vote for Take That because I dislike both of these mechanics, but I think what Take That has done for board gaming has been more than what co-op has. But that's fine.
I think it's partly because you have no friends. Isn't that right? Is that
That
why
is
you hate?
that is.
Take that, then!
Okay. Fine. Okay. So
Round 3!
in round 3 we have Push Your Luck, also known as Press Your Luck, which is one of Russell's favourite. Games where you repeat an action until you decide to stop due to increased or not risk of losing points or your turn. That is up against Tile Placement. Tiles placement games feature placing a piece to score victory points with the amount often based on adjacent pieces or pieces in the same group/cluster. Let the battle begin.
It's a tough one. It
is a tough one. It is a tough one. I think I'm leaning towards tile placement here because tile placement is a more strategic mechanic. It often leads to some really interesting decisions and choices. Whether Push Your Luck is one choice, stop.
I would
or not.
I would also say that Press or Push Your Luck also leads to some interesting decisions. I mean, they are usually the same decision. Do I stop or do I keep going?
Right.
But
you have two decisions. It's a 50-50. It's a coin toss.
I have to say though that the most sort of incredible moments of my gaming past have been Push Your Luck, where people decide, do I go, do I carry on, and then they do it, and then if they fail, there's a big or if there's like they make it, there's a big yes kind of. Yeah. I love those.
I agree.
Those reactions.
I agree that Push Your Luck can be exciting, but so can Russian roulette, and I don't necessarily recommend that for people to play.
I disagree with your flawed analogy there, Ben. I would never play Russian roulette.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. What other tile placements are there? I'm trying to think, and obviously Carcassonne jumps in.
Isle of Skye.
I don't really like Alhambra.
Isle of Skye, Alhambra, Suburbia.
The setting up of Catan.
I would say also Among the Stars is a tile placement game, even though it's cards.
Yeah.
But it's using that mechanic.
There's a lot of good ones in there.
There's a lot of good games in there. Let's think of good Push Your Luck games.
I do agree with Russell's point of
Jenga.
The most exciting experiences in board games.
Patchwork, does that count as tile placement?
I don't.
It has a tile placement element to it, but it's
it
not
does,
in the same way.
There's normally a relation between the tiles and the tiles that are adjacent to them, and in Patchwork, it's not so important what the tile's next to, other than just that you can fit them all in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I one of my favourite games, as you know, is Port Royal. I also love Flip City as well, which is very much Push Your Luck, and also classic games like Can't Stop. I mean, that's just fun in a bun.
The thing is, I think it's similar to like the Take That. Push Your Luck is a really accessible mechanic, and there's a lot of really accessible games that use the Push Your Luck mechanic. But I think, and then similar to co-op, tile placement games are more strategic and more in depth.
I just really like, really like the energy that you get in Push Your Luck games, and they don't always have to be like really basic, simple ones, even though those ones are fun as well. But I just really enjoy that sort of excitement that generates, that comes from Push Your Luck games that no other game, to my knowledge, can replicate. At least in the joyous sense, rather than a sort of an evil sense.
The round is up, and I had a point I wanted to make as well, but It's too late, Russell. So you go with tile placement, obviously. David.
I'm going to go with press your luck. Press your luck. Don't you press my luck, Ben.
This is the toughest one because I like both. I really do. And it's pretty 50-50.
Ben, do you have your vote ready?
My decision is tile placement, hands down.
Okay.
So David.
So it's literally down to Dave.
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's so tricky. I agree with Russell's point about the excitement, but then I also think, the tile placement games are probably better
Just think about Ink and Gold, and then it's an easy decision.
Ink and Gold is amazing.
No, it's not. It's broken.
Why is it broken?
Because it's too long to go into now because the round is over. But Ink and Gold is a broken game. Like Dixit, it is breakable.
Oh, man.
So it's any game if you're strong
We'll talk about this another time. Can I abstain?
No,
it feels like the X Factor.
50-50.
Come on, we're going to need a decision.
Okay,
from you, Dave.
I'm gonna go with Push Your Luck.
Yes!
Oh my god, that
Push
just
your luck.
happened?
Can I just give you a high five?
Do you know of any
it's alright, Ben.
winners
It's too late.
Push Your Luck?
It's too late. It's too late.
This is abysmal. I don't even know why I'm here. I'm going home.
All right.
No, I mean your Ink and Gold point actually did the opposite for me.
Oh, that's
It sold me on the Push Your Luck games because my gosh, I've had some good Ink and Gold experiences in my life.
Well,
that
my heart's pounding in ways I never knew it could pound.
That's going to lose so badly to the games that it's going to be up against in the next round. But we're ready for round 4.
Round 4.
In round 4, we have the granddaddy of mechanics, in my opinion, worker placement.
Ooh.
So.
It's a
winner! Round 5!
So, worker placement. This mechanism requires players to draft individual actions from a set that is available to all players. Worker placement is too big a thing to describe in a sentence. And worker placement is up against another daddy. And this is one that probably had its peak in about the 70s. This mechanic is area control.
Ooh.
So area control is a mechanic typically awards control of an area to the player that has the majority of units or influence in that area. Games such as Risk and things like that. Let the battle commence.
The bad games.
All right, area control. I mean,
no, there are some good area control games. Ratus is one of my favourite games of all time, and that's area control.
Mission Red
so I
Planet.
have to give that a little oof.
Mission Red Planet does have area control, yeah.
And
there's
Legacy,
so many
Risk.
good. I mean, even a lot of abstract strategy games. Some of the classic games are area control. The games that have stood the test of time.
Please give us some examples
of area control.
Yeah, the classic ones.
The classic ones. Well, I would push to say that things like Go could be considered area control.
Yeah, I suppose, technically. All right. So I don't know. I am not really that good at Go. So, well,
worker placement.
Going back to worker placement, I mean, what can you say? It's just a good mechanic. Many games.
It's just amazing. I mean, there's so many different games. I don't know. My issue with it would be that I find that a lot of area control games are very similar.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of worker placement games,
I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot more options.
Worker placement games can be pretty similar. The thing is, to me, worker placement, I kind of try to avoid it because I find it a bit stale. That there's some games that are amazing at it, like Agricola, and then you play another worker placement game, and you feel like, well, this is just either a thinned down version or a different theme. So because I also enjoy Lords of Waterdeep, but the thing is, it is a very similar game.
It's actually a very simple game. I played it for the
Yeah.
first time the other day and was surprised at how simple it was. Games like Viticulture, like you said, Agricola, Manhattan Project, Stone Age.
Sulkin.
There's so many games. Yeah, there are so. But then again,
does dice placement count as well? Because I guess that is worker placement, but with the dice mechanic added in. I mean, those are bringing something new to it.
I actually, talking of Sulkin though, that was a really good take on a worker placement game because it was like
it was.
You have to sort of choose when to remove them rather than sort of place them, even though that's part of it as well. But I really enjoyed that take on it. I don't know, it's just something satisfying about blocking somebody else from taking a spot. But it can be argued that a lot of worker placement games are sort of single player games where you're just playing on the same board. But I do like the fact that most worker placement games have an element of, well, I'll do this, and so you can't do that anymore.
It's true. It's almost like
that.
there's areas on the board where you can put people and you control them with the action. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Worker placement is area control. And with that, the round is over.
Right, so technically votes are the same now.
Oh no.
Oh dear, this is a toughie.
Again.
For me, this is the hardest one.
I have to agree, but I have a slight preference, as I've made clear in podcasts previous to this. So
Russell, you
my
are
obvious
choosing
vote, worker placement.
David.
Mine also has to be worker placement.
Okay. I think I would lead to worker placement because risk is area control.
And anything that leads to risk.
But it's similar to these other mechanics like push your luck and take that. It's an accessible mechanic and it gets people playing games. But I do agree that worker placement is probably the better of the two. So an easy victory for that.
Woohoo!
Okay,
Brilliant.
so we're now going to enter round 5, and this is the first of the semi-finals.
Round 5.
So I'm now going to pick 2 at random of the previous winners, and they will now go head-to-head in the first of the semi-finals. The first in this semi-final is Co-op. You guys loved that one.
Co-op.
But you also loved worker placement.
Co-op
Let the
versus worker placement.
battle begin.
Let the battle commence.
Worker placement, easy.
I am going worker placement.
I do. The thing is, though, about co-ops, do we have co-op? I mean, technically, are there co-op games that are worker placement?
Co-op?
No,
This is
there
what I was
aren't,
just
are they?
thinking. Like, if
I don't think there
Have we
are.
just stumbled upon a brilliant game design method? Let's just pull out random mechanics and throw them together.
Surely the one defeats the other, though, in a sense, because the whole point of worker placement is to block other people off. So why would you do that in a
Well, this is
cooperative?
this
Yeah,
is
that's
one of
what I
the
was
contentious things about worker placement. People feel like within the definition of worker placement, blocking is vital for it to be qualified as that. But there's a bit of contention as to the definition.
There is a game. I've
of
just
worker
thought of
placement.
one. You know the mad space dice rolling commander ship game? What's that?
Space Cadets.
Space Cadets, yeah. That essentially is like a cooperative dice placement because the captain chooses which members of the team get the dice and then has to roll them.
I don't know. I think
I don't know.
that's. But I get your point. But I don't know if that counts technically. But it is interesting.
But it would be good having a game that had
I
co-op
don't think it quite covers it, no. But
and worker placement.
there's
with
an
the
idea
blocking.
there.
Imagine blocking your teammates.
I think it could be good. Like, I think there could be a good worker placement co-op. We've kind of gone off the topic a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah, we're just saying
combined
that
the
how
two.
good
We're
are
combining
Yeah.
the two now rather than
For
battle
me-
them against each other.
For me,
You hate co-op.
I have to go towards worker placement because there are more worker placement games I like than co-op.
But is there a single co-op game that you love above all worker placement games? And if so, does
No.
that change your mind? Okay, so
No.
Ben's vote's clear. Dave, what about you? Are you a heathen?
I think my collection contains probably equal measures of co-op games and worker placement games, but it's definitely getting a bit of a surge towards worker placement. I think mostly because our group is more inclined that way. Everyone I know in my gaming circle hates cooperative games.
Why
They
though?
wanna
Why
have
do
that
they
battle
hate
of the
them so
minds.
much? I don't understand that.
They like being the winner,
They-
and they don't like anyone else being the winner. So they play games because they want to.
But like,
Not because they want to win, but they want to have that chance of being the winner or battle the minds with each other, I suppose. Whereas cooperative, you are working together, and I suppose one person can kind of dominate that role.
but I don't understand why
Or
the
see
two
it, the
the
big
two
picture.
sort of styles of gameplay can't coincide. You know, aka cooperate. Why can't some people like playing games where you screw each other over and then maybe move on to a game where you can sort of work together and then maybe go back to screwing each other over afterwards? I don't understand.
They
Why
just don't like working together.
Fair enough.
It's weird.
Maybe you need
I love
some
it.
different friends.
I'm a big Zombicide advocate. Flashpoint any day. I have all these games. It's just a lot of fun. Forbidden Island and I still enjoy those games.
So,
And with
but
that, the
I do like
round
a good worker placement.
is over. Russell.
It's a tough call, actually. I like both of them. I think I really enjoy cooperative games. Some of them are like some of my favourite games, but I do love worker placement. I think ultimately, as game mechanics go, I'm drawn to worker placement slightly.
David.
Just ever so slightly.
Samesies for me, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
it's going to have to be.
Same for me.
Yeah,
Close
we'll
one though.
agree
A close defeat for co-op, but I wanted to see co-op drop out in the first round, so I'm happy about that.
See you later, co-op.
You got what you wanted, Ben.
So round 6.
Round 6.
In this round, I don't know if you guys can remember what's left, but one of them is Push Your Luck or Press Your Luck is up against Deck Building.
Ooh. Flip City.
Let's-
No!
Let the battle commence.
Well, I mean, Flip City, as I said, is a really fun game. I love it, and it has the 2 best bits of both of these. So that's really
So
screwed with
luckily,
me.
Flip City wins whatever happens.
Yeah, I win.
You get to keep Flip City, whatever happens.
But I made my point really clear before with the whole ink and gold thing that
Oh yeah, you get to make that point.
again, I don't think Push Your Luck should even be in this semi-final. So, by the way,
what's your point about ink and gold?
Ink and
You've got
gold.
time now,
Okay,
you've got 2.5 minutes.
if it's possible with ink and gold, let's say for instance, there's 4 of us, and then we keep going through, and then 3 of us drop out, and 1 person stays. Now they're in there on their own. Let's say they stay for like a couple more rounds and just get a ton of gold. Now, let's say they have 25 more gold than everybody else. In every future round, if they are never, because they have such a high total, if they never leave so that there's somebody else on their own, they can't lose the game. They just stay into the end. And it means that if you want to win, you have to drop out early and hope to get the occasional 4 and 5 that adds up to the 25 or whatever that they managed to get.
But that's such a
doesn't really
specific
happen.
situation, though, because first of all, like you don't know if you're going to get such a big lead. I've never played a game where that happened, which is could happen. Okay,
I've
fair
played
enough. But then
numerous games where after the first or second round, the game is over because you cannot catch this person who has the most things. Because if they just stay to the end every round, you can't beat them.
But then, even considering that, what about the fact that
Ben should have gone in there? Should have gone in.
It
hard.
was the snakes, man. It's snakes. I can't handle it.
But then the whole point is that you choose, like in secret, what you're going to do, stay or leave. And so how can you even just... You just don't know, like... You just say you go bust along with everybody else. Is that what you're saying? Or you stay in there to be the last one?
If you have enough of a total of higher than everybody else, you can just stay, always stay, always stay, always stay. And then it means that somebody else, if they want to beat you, they have to stay as well.
Well, I really like Push Your Luck.
So
games.
you're
That's
not voting
changed
for
changed my opinion.
Push Your
of
Luck,
that.
Ben.
As for me, Push Your Luck, deck building against Push Your Luck again. I think is it me or I just feel like that we had this matchup earlier on. Obviously we didn't, but no, I like Push Your Luck again. That whole reaction thing. I like games that challenge you, where you can go forward and risk it all and gain a big reward. Because if you are the last place, usually those kind of games tend to be like, oh, I'm definitely still in with a chance right up till the end because they could go bust or whatever, and I can still gain lots on my turn. But then the same could be said about deck building. Like those games tend to be quite close, and there's always a chance, even though it is less likely, of winning the game.
And with
even
that,
if you have
the
been behind.
round is up.
I don't know.
Okay.
Ben?
Well, I'm going to say mine, deck building, because, again...
Deck building.
Russell.
I will vote with my heart, and I will say Push Your Luck, because I don't know, something about it. I just like it. I think I like the Push Your Luck element of deck building, of Flip City more than the deck building element.
I think I like Russell less now, if that was possible.
I'm gonna leave the temple on this one and go with. I'll go with deck building.
Oh, you made the right choice.
I just wanted to make it
You made the
exciting,
right
you know.
choice. Oh,
I wanted to leave it all in Dave's hands.
Oh, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump just because I want to make it exciting. You an idiot.
Hey, millions of
People like you, Russell.
All right, moving on.
So,
The final.
round 7, the final round.
Final round.
Excellent. We have in the final round deck building against worker placement. And to be honest, these are the two that I thought would be fighting in the final round right at the start.
Not if I had my way.
Okay, so let the battle commence.
I have just bought like 3 worker placement games.
Which ones?
So,
Which ones?
I bought Tickle.
Did you say
Not Tickle.
Tickle? There's a worker placement
Tikal.
game called Tickle.
Tikal.
Oh, right, okay.
No, it's not even that one. Let me rewind this for a second. Hang on.
But yeah,
Not
Tikal is not a worker
It's the
placement
other one
game.
that has a
It's
Mayan
an
sounding
action
name.
selection game.
What am I thinking of? The one you mentioned earlier with the big spinny wheel.
Sulkin.
Sulkin.
Sulkin,
To be
yeah.
fair,
So Sulkin
I get
I just
those
bought.
mixed up as well.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Sulkin,
Russell lost his push
Dungeon
of luck,
Pets.
so I'm pretty sure he's sulking right now. That's right.
Get out.
That's right.
And Architects Inc., which
I
I
like
would
you
kind of
less,
consider to
Ben.
be worker placement.
Architects Inc. is a really good game.
That's one I haven't played.
So yeah, that Dungeon Pets and
I saw you play that one and looked
Zolkin.
good.
See, this is really hard for me because some of my favourite games are deck builders, like Flip City. I know not everyone likes that. Star Realms, everyone does like that. Dominion.
What about Deck Builder, the deck building game?
I've not played that.
I want to know what that's like.
Have you played it?
I do worry though that deck building is getting a bit stale. I did actually play a deck building worker placement game. It's called like Don't Turn Your Back, I think. It was really good. It was like mechanically, I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. But the fusion worked really well. You had a hand of cards, and then you had to play these cards in certain areas of the board, and then the person who had the highest totals in certain areas would get points or something. And then you could, it was very cool. It was a cool, interesting merge. But I love deck building because I love the engine building, the snowball effect, where everyone starts off the same, and then by the end of the game, you've created something big and impressive that didn't exist. You have this deck at the end, and you're like, I made this.
I actually do like that. I was thinking about that in terms of video games the other day. There was a game. Did you guys play GTA San Andreas? I think it was, or was it GTA 4? Well, basically, like the guy took over like a really decrepit warehouse, and he was trying to like build it up. But then just throughout the rest of the game, when he was like doing really well, and he built this like garage or whatever up, it was still exactly the same, and that really frustrated me. So I really was like, I really admire it when in games where you start with something small and you do build it up to be this really cool thing, and I love that in games. That's something that really
Like
sort of like is really satisfying.
It's true. You can have engine building worker placement.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
farm
those.
is always a beautiful thing.
But I do consider it more of a deck
all the
building
sheep,
thing
I've got
because,
all the cows.
like you said, you start
Got a
with
nice collection.
you start with one basic
Pizza,
thing and it
yeah.
turns into this like really
I've
epic thing
upgraded
at
all
the
the
end.
way to stone. I go in hard.
And with that, the round is over. Okay, so David, I feel like you've made your mind up,
I'm definitely going with worker placement.
and
just because
I'm definitely going with deck
I've got
building.
more.
So Russell,
Whose dreams would I like
Ooh,
to ruin
Russell.
more?
well, I'm screwed.
Deck building's good, but then damn, this is literally because I instantly when I thought at the beginning you said like, oh, I think you're going to choose worker placement if it comes in, and I'm like, yeah, probably, but actually there's something nice about deck building. Again, I'm going to go with instinct, the games I tend to play more, and the games actually that I have more of in my collection, which are worker placement games.
Oh my god, I can't believe
Worker
it.
placement games. I do have more of them.
Today's a great
I have
day.
more worker placement games, which shows I love them more.
I cannot believe that. Travesty has occurred today,
Makes me happy
gentlemen.
seeing Ben. I'm happy.
Yes.
Well,
Solved.
with that-
It's going to be alright.
It
You can still play Don't Turn Your Back.
with that, worker placement wins the board game knockout as the best mechanic.
I think that's fair though. I think that worker
I
placement games
can
are
see that happening.
a
I can see
plenty.
that happening.
It's such a shame. I wanted like a surprise winner, like when you watch the Oscars and you're like, oh, they're gonna win. But then the one thing that nobody expects win an award, and you're like, yes, go the underdog.
Yeah.
And I kind of want
You win against an impossible enemy.
It's the Leonardo
That's all
DiCaprio
blade joke for you there.
mechanics.
Wait,
what
no,
would have
that
been
doesn't work
interesting
at
is
all.
a third place. How does that not work?
He never wins.
He
never wins. He
yeah,
won
exactly.
once.
He's the underdog, and then he finally won.
No, that's not what happened here.
No, it's
not
not.
what happened.
It's not what happened.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's pretend that
we didn't give them a
happen.
chance. If they were out, if they didn't get the first
What would
Oscar,
have been
they were gone.
interesting is the third place battle between Push Your Luck or Co-op. That would have been
Right.
interesting.
Okay,
Two
well, we'll never
mechanics.
find out.
We'll never know. We'll just never know.
Or you could just work out using our votes from the previous rounds, but nobody's gonna do that. Nobody's gonna.
Or
do
you could just comment on our website with
In the
what
comments
you
below,
think
you can work out
should have
how many
won.
votes we gave these games.
that. Let's leave it to the audience to decide.
Okay, so
Yeah, good luck, guys.
let's move on to this week's Giggle.
Yes, it's a game we've played before. A game I believe I have definitely lost this game before, which is obviously very unlikely, but I have lost one of these giggles, and it's Last Game.
The last game.
So this is the game in which Ben, you will be running this game, yeah? Again,
Mhm,
so me
'cause,
versus Dave.
I can't win against Russell, so I have to get somebody else to.
And
win.
it was a
and then it means I
rematch.
can kind of tag on to their victory. I can be like, David, you won. That means I won too. Okay, so
I've got a notebook and everything.
I'm just gonna put a really obnoxious alarm sound.
Brilliant.
The more obnoxious,
so
the
that
better.
when it ends, you'll be like, oh my god. So the time will be between 1 minute and 30 seconds, and when I say go,
Why
you need to
why that
both-
way round? 30
What?
seconds and 1 minute, surely.
it's between there. Well, because the time is going down, isn't it? It's starting, and then it will decrease to 0.
Not
You
sure.
will need to keep yelling out games that fulfill the criteria which I set at the start of the round, and whoever yells the last game before the obnoxious alarm goes off is the winner of that
Okay.
round, and it will be the best of 3.
Okay. All right.
Are you ready?
Bring it on. I'm gonna lose again, but
So-
bring it on.
Yep.
The first round is going to be, I would like you guys to please list to me games where you play in teams. Go.
What was I gonna say? Cranium.
Space Cadets.
Code names.
Oh, hang on.
That's not a team.
I was wrong with Space Cadets. Space Cadets, you play as a team.
The A team. The A
Does
team.
that count?
Well, I don't want
have one
co-op
team.
games here. I want team versus team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Code names. I said that.
Mm-hmm.
That counts.
Yeah, you're well ahead on this one, Russell.
Oh, it's only the last
Avalon.
game that matters.
Avalon.
Pictionary.
Avalon. The Resistance.
Oh yeah, those are good ones. Werewolf.
One night.
The teams?
No.
Oh,
Well,
no.
One Night Ultimate Werewolf. One Night Ultimate Vampire. Let's bring it on.
Ultimate
Name a load of
Resistance.
those games.
All of the one
Technically,
nights.
Werewolf counts. So
Yeah.
yeah. What other games we have?
Word on the Street.
Oh!
Oh!
Did that just come in
Does it?
before the timer?
It did. He did it.
Oh!
He did it.
Word on the
I
street.
got that one.
That's
Well
a bit
done.
of a
Naughty.
left field one.
That was good. I was waiting for Taboo, Articulate, all
Yeah,
these
I was trying to
classic
think of
party
those.
games.
Classics.
Just trying to think of those.
Wow,
Come in
David.
I managed to raise
Right,
this
you didn't even know when that was
Sneaky.
going off. It was almost like you were looking
Sneaky.
at the timer. That was impressive.
Wait a minute. Is there a reflection in your glasses?
I hit a rootin' tootin'.
Oh my god, that was really good.
Well done,
Okay. All right. Are we ready for the next round? I would like games where there is no writing at all on any of the components. So that, for instance, you know these games where the rulebook could be in every language and you could play it regardless. So an example would be something like chess or backgammon. There is no writing in the game at all. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Go.
Yeah. Liar's Dice.
Dixit.
Which one?
Does that count?
Dixit? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dixit.
I think that's fine.
Mysterium.
Numbers
Hive?
are fine.
All right.
Oh, Hive, I like that.
Ooh, yeah.
Chess. Thanks for that one, Ben.
Zakeo. Zakeo.
Checkers.
Oh,
Drafts.
I like that. one.
Does that count? The same thing. Oh, man.
Keep going.
Surely, like, all card games
Concept.
No, there's words as a concept.
Oh, on the boards, on the player aids.
No, on the card when you're having to describe a word.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is.
ever. Dino Dice.
That's right.
Love that game.
Oh, man.
Zombies, the dice game. That one.
Mhm.
The old brain
Steve
snap.
Jackson.
Avalon? No,
Yeah.
there's writing on that. I don't know. Can't think of anything.
Army of Frogs. That's another good one. 'Cause I've got 'em.
Army of Frogs. That's a good one. Army of Frogs. 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 Army of Fro Oh man.
Dominoes.
Camisado.
Camisado for the win.
Camisado.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's interesting because now
made it interesting.
now this is the decider.
Okay.
This is
Exciting.
the decider. Okay, are you ready for the final round?
Yes.
Okay,
May the best man win.
I would like, please, if you could give me games that work with more than 6 players.
Okay.
Go.
Incan Gold.
Code names.
Resistance.
Code names.
Avalon.
Betray. No. Shadows over Camelot. Mysterium. Werewolf. That goes up to like 100 players.
Gadzooks. 2 rooms and a boom.
Skull.
No, more than 6.
Yeah, you can play Skull with more than 6.
With 2 copies? No. I'm
Yeah.
not giving Skull.
Yeah.
I'm not giving Skull.
Oh,
Not allowed it,
you're
mate.
such a harsh judge, Ben.
Was Mafia? That's a new one, isn't it?
Cash
You
and
can play up to
Guns.
12.
Cash and Guns.
No.
What?
No.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, Cash and Guns goes up
Play
to
up to
8.
8.
Cash and Guns.
Cash and Guns.
Mafia. Boom.
No, Cash and Guns goes up to 8.
Oh, what the fudge?
Oh man, did I just steal
Oh,
it?
Russell
what
wins.
a comeback! What a comeback!
David knew it was happening. He was just like, nope, 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 nope.
You kept me on my toes though. To be fair,
Just denial. I'm in denial still about it all.
Mafia.
It does go up to 8, right?
And I'm gonna
It
keep
does go up
denying
to
it.
8,
Cash
yeah?
and Guns is
Oh,
definitely
it
an
definitely
8-player
does.
game.
Yeah. But I'm going to still deny it till my grave.
Cash and Guns, Ben's favourite game.
I know. Why did you have to win with that? And so,
It's like an extra
winner-
stab in the back from
I know.
Deck building.
well, as
Once again, Russell takes it.
I know, what is that about? Russell, stop winning. You've won.
I wish
at
I was
that.
as good at strategy games.
I know. Wish you were as good at life as you are
Yeah.
at this stupid game.
Ouch. I want to
Alright.
say
Ooh.
something, but I can't
Ooh.
swear.
You can swear.
It's a family podcast.
I'll put the round ding ding over the top so that no one can tell what you said.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. My family.
Russell's a
listens.
real. There you go.
All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks for the
That was good.
challenge. Thanks for the challenge, Ben. Thanks for being a good games master.
I'm excited
Good
for
work.
the next board game knockout as well. That
Me
was quite
too.
exciting.
We will
Time for
have
the
more.
old board game alphabet. Classic game.
So thanks very much
Don't even know where
to Dave and Ben for
Avalon.
joining. Thanks so much for Dave and Ben for joining in this podcast.
Banana
If you
Friends.
have
Oh,
any
nice.
comments
Catan.
or extra things you want to say, maybe your own opinions on any of the
Dominion.
board game
Nice.
knockout choices, or
E? Oh,
if you
gosh.
have any comments about our game, please do get in touch via the
Elysium?
usual
Oh.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the website. Other than that, I will try and ignore these guys.
Western Goal.
Please do tune into the next
Fury of Dracula,
podcast,
wasn't
and
it?
we will
Oh,
see
no,
you
that
then.
wasn't my turn.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Chits and Giggles podcast. For more reviews and podcasts, visit forchitsandgiggles.com.